Can you comment that we'll start in like 5 minutes? I could use mine. But have yours on the side just in case mine stops working. Okay. Yeah. And my hands are...
Can you guys hear me? Okay, let's get started. First of all, thank you all for being here. I know it's really cold, but we're here. And it's such an honor for me to be MC for this really important press conference. The reason why we're here today, first, the pushback against the racist comments that Trump made last week. You know, you all know what that was, right? It's so unjust, it was inhumane. And we would like to highlight the importance of family-sponsored immigration and the diversity visa program. Especially for me, personally, my family, my mom was able to here and stay with me because of my sister was able to sponsor her, so she can get permanent residency. And also, last but least, really important is we need to pass the Clean Dream Act by January 19th. Right? The Clean Dream Act test. We see what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? No one's here, right? Right? So our message is so simple and straightforward. We're here to deliver that message to Congress members to do the right thing, be on the right side of the history. So I'm going to tell you the line of the speaker today. The first, California Senator, State Senate President Kevin De Leon, and second speaker will be Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus Immigration Subcommittee Chair, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal.
We love you!
California Assembly Member and Chair of the California Asian and Pacific Islanders Legislative Caucus, Bonta. Fourth speaker will be Tony Choi, AIPR leader, and fifth speaker will be Guerline, Jozef. Okay. President of Asian Bridge Alliance, member of UndocuBlack, and last the Bert Bayou, President Unite HERE will be next, and then last but at least John Yang, Executive Director, Asian American Advancing Justice. This is going to close it for us. Thank you. First speaker, Kevin De Leon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Good morning. Good morning. It is great to be here in Washington, D.C., albeit a very cold day, but nonetheless, it is a day when we all come together. I do want to give very special recognition to our Congresswoman Jayapal. Congresswoman Jayapal, thank you very much for your incredible progressive leadership here in Washington, D.C. You provide us a beacon of hope and opportunity in a very uncertain world here in Washington, D.C. So thank you very much for your incredible leadership. And my good colleague, the chair of the Asia Pacific Islander Caucus, legislator, Filipino immigrant himself, U.S. citizen, an incredible example of excellence when it comes to our immigrant community. You know, Rob Bonta, thank you very much for your incredible leadership. I will make it very short. Folks have to be in places, committee hearings. We got to be in the Hart Building at 10 a.m. for a meeting with one of the senators. But I want to say that we stand in solidarity with each and every one of you, all of our communities, whether you're Asian Pacific Islander, whether you are from the Caribbean or from Africa, whether you're from the Western Hemisphere, wherever part of the world you're from. We stand in solidarity with each and every one of you. You are the future because you are the promise of this great country. Let's be very clear. Dreamers are Americans. Dreamers are our entrepreneurs. They're our college students. They are our businessmen and women. They serve in our armed forces. We're not going to allow one electoral aberration reverse generations of progress at the height of our historic diversity, our scientific advancement, our economic output, and our sense of global responsibility. That's not who we are in the greatest country in the world. It is because of each and every one of you. The amazing fabric, the beautiful different hues, the mosaic of people from all over the world that have contributed greatly to this country, not just economically, but culturally and politically as well. That's why we come together, because we need to be with each other, stand up for each other, watch each other's back. That's why, you know, I have the honor to represent the largest Korean population outside of South Korea, as well as North Korea, and that is Koreatown, representing Filipino Town, Little Bangladesh, Thai Town, Little Armenia, as well as Little Tokyo and Chinatown in my district. 1 million constituents strong in the California State Senate district that I represent. We stand in solidarity with each and every one of you. Clean Dream Act, the bottom line is this: no one's shutting down the government, surely Democrats aren't. When you have control of 3 branches of government, judicial, legislative, as well as the executive branch, it is your responsibility to keep the lights on. It's very clear. This issue of the Dreamers is not a complex issue. In fact, it's low-hanging fruit when it comes to the overall issue of immigration reform. This is low-hanging fruit, and your lives should not be dangled for political gamesmanship across the street. So know one thing: we stand behind each and every one of you. We will be there in solidarity with each and every one of you. We will do our job at the federal and state levels to make sure we get something that's just for all of you. With that, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. And it's my honor to introduce a progressive voice for each and every one of you. She is an incredible advocate for all of us, not just in her home state in New York, but throughout the country. Let's get it for our Congresswoman, Jayapal. Congresswoman Jayapal.
Thank you so much, Senator, and it's such a pleasure to have both of you here. Thank you for your leadership in California. You know, we in Washington, we compete all the time with California to see who can be more progressive. But we are so grateful for everything that you both do. And I want to just say thank you to all the activists, the organizations who are here, the Dreamers who are here. I want to thank UndocuBlack, NAKASEC. So great to be back with you here. And also AAJC. I know there are probably some others that I've missed. New York Immigration Coalition, I think, is in the house. Look, we are fighting hard for something that we are going to win. That's the first thing I want to say. And the reason we're going to win it is because of Dreamers. The reason we're going to win a Dream Act, a clean Dream Act, is because Dreamers are out in the streets telling your stories every single day and making Americans understand that you are, in fact, part of our country and you are here to stay and not to be used as a political football. And that you have actually already done, because if you look at the polling across the country in Trump districts and Republican districts, people want a permanent solution for Dreamers. Not just the 800,000 DACA recipients, but the full 1.6 million Dreamers that would have access if we were to pass a Clean Dream Act. So that's number one. We are going to win this thing. The country is with us and we have to stay on it. Number two, we are not going to substitute one family's pain for another's gain. We are not making those kinds of compromises. And so we are not going to touch the family immigration system. We are not going to touch the diversity visa program, which allows so many immigrants from sub-Saharan Africa in particular, as well as Asia, other places, to come. Now, we don't mind if those immigrants from Norway and Germany and France don't get those diversity visas. But we want to make sure that we really have the opportunity across the world for people to be able to enter the United States. And so we need to make sure that we are pushing for a clean Dream Act that deals with the Dreamers. That is what's on the table. You all know that I'm an immigrant from India. I came to the United States when I was 16 years old. I am one of, I think, maybe a dozen members of Congress who were actually born outside of the United States. And I really believe that we also have to explain what our family-based immigration system is, because there are too many people who don't understand it. And when we talk about comprehensive immigration reform, then we should talk about getting rid of the 4.7 million people who are in the backlog and allowing them to transfer to actual citizenship instead of waiting for 20 years to bring a family member into the country. So these statements from the Republicans that somehow we have some crazy system of chain migration, we have to push back on that. Chain migration is not real. What is real is family-based immigration that allows all immigrants to this country to survive and thrive. Yes. And that is what we need to make sure that we continue to preserve. By the way, let me just say that 3/4 of all immigrant women to this country have gained their legal status through the family-based system. So we've always had a sex-exclusionary immigration system, right? It has focused on bringing men into the country. We love you men, but we think that women should also be here and be allowed to participate and give their skills as entrepreneurs, as caretakers, as people who care for our elders, our children, who strengthen our communities. So we need to make sure we preserve the family-based immigration system and push back on this language that somehow there's unfettered chain migration to this country. No, 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 we're not going to accept that. We have a week this week. I think the Democrats in the House will hold together to vote against a continuing resolution, which is what they're going to put on the table. And let me tell you, it's going to be tough. And we need your help because it's probably going to have reauthorization of the Children's Health Insurance Program, which is something that we all care deeply about. That's 8 million kids who need their health insurance. And they're going to try to stick that in to force us to vote for this continuing resolution. But I do believe that Democrats have been clear that we need a permanent solution for the DREAM Act. But it is going to take a lot of work this week, and it may be that in the House they have enough votes, 218 votes, to pass the continuing resolution without Democrats. And you understand, if they do that, then we don't have leverage because we have already, we have no way to stop that. So then it would move to the Senate, and we'll have to see what happens in the Senate. This may get kicked down the road another month, but if it does, then they have to take the responsibility for continuing to refuse to allow a permanent solution. And if the government shuts down, it is in their hands because they have the majority in the House and the Senate, and they have the responsibility to pass a budget that includes a clean DREAM Act. So that's what we're fighting for. Thank you all so much for everything you do, and let's keep fighting until we win.
That's right.
Oh, that was really bad for a group of organizers. Let's keep fighting until we win. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Great to see you. I had a 20-minute speech prepared, but since we're outside in the cold, it's going to be 30 seconds. I'm honored to be here. I'm Rob Bonta. I serve in the California State Legislature, represent the Oakland area in California. Honored to be the chair of the Asian Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, the first Filipino-American state legislator in the history of California. My mom loves that fact. And most of all, just honored and inspired and thrilled to be here with all of you. It's been amazing to see you walk in the halls, to be huddling and strategizing with you, and just so proud to be standing side by side, shoulder to shoulder, as we fight for what we know is right. As the pro tem said, you know, this is an easy one. This is who we are. This is a statement of our values. And for anyone who has a heart, who has compassion, in my view, who's human, this is a very easy issue. But the decision of this administration to end DACA was cruel, was heartless, was inhumane, was immoral. And it was a full frontal assault on our dreamers across this nation. And we know that our dreamers make us better, make us stronger, that our dreamers embody the American dream, the idea that this is the land of opportunity, and if you work hard and pursue your dreams, you can and you will achieve them. So this is our time. This is our time to stand up, continue to raise our voices, be loud, and continue to be heard. And this shouldn't be a partisan issue. Shouldn't be a Democratic, a Republican issue. Shouldn't be a red state, blue state issue. It is simply a humane issue, an issue of compassion and smart policy. So let's pass a clean DREAM Act, and let's stand up for everyone's right to dream. Thank you.
Our next speaker will be Tony Choi, API leader.
Tony!
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for braving the cold to come out here. I would like to give the special recognition to the organization that organized this, as well as the legislators who joined us. You know, especially Assemblymember Bonta and Representative Jayapal, who really showed, you know, that even though your dreams may have started outside America, you can achieve and become the hope and the dream of your parents, and the fulfillment of the American dream. almost 20 years ago to this day, my family left Korea, and we landed in sunny Hawaii. And when we came to Hawaii, we saw, we joined our family. We joined my grandmother's cousins, and we were able to see what the power of family reunification has had. Because they were able to bring over their family, they opened up a chain of 6 successful restaurants in Hawaii, serving delicious Korean food every day to residents of Hawaii. Almost 20 years later, it's my family is here. My mother is now a U.S. citizen after surviving domestic violence and breast cancer. My sister is in the process of becoming a U.S. citizen. She is currently a green card holder. I am currently the only undocumented member in my family, and the 3 of us depend on each other for survival in this country, and for my mom to lose the ability to have her son, 1/3 of her support system in America, taken away is unfair. It is an injustice to It is unjust to immigrant families, and we desperately need the Congress to see that our families matter too. Whether we are from Norway, whether we are from El Salvador, whether we are from Korea, our families matter too. And it's time that Republicans see that our family values matter. So we call upon the Republicans, we call upon the Democrats to see the value in our families as well. We must fight back against this rhetoric. We cannot let them touch our ability to rejoin our families. DACA is currently, for me, DACA is a stopgap measure that protects me, that helps me stay with my family. However, we need to pass the DREAM Act now, because right now we are standing on shaky grounds, and we must pass the DREAM Act for my mother's dreams, the dreams that she has sacrificed her body and 20 years of her life to. So what do we want?
DREAM Act!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
DREAM Act!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
DREAM Act!
When do we want it?
Now!
Thank you!
Our next speaker will be Guerline Jozef, member of UndocuBlack.
My name is Guerline Jozef, and I am a Haitian American woman. I say sac passe, na boule. As a member of UndocuBlack, we understand the importance of standing up for what is right. What was said regarding my home country of Haiti. I represent the Haitian community. I represent the American community as a bridge between the two, to let people know that we are here to stand on behalf of those who cannot speak for themselves. We are here to ask that we pass a clean DREAM Act, including for the TPS holders. Yes. Imagine me getting a call from a woman who is suffering from cancer and telling me that her insurance will be cut off as of Monday. We don't have time, not next month, not next year. This coming Monday, their TPS has been terminated and they can no longer provide for their families. This is the livelihood of our people. Whether you are from Haiti, El Salvador, from Korea, wherever you are from, we are asking to call for Congress, for our elected officials to put politics aside and look at the people. Look at what is needed. This is our lives. This is not a game. This is our lives. We have to be able to continue to be part of our community. So as part of that community, coming from California, I want to say thank you to our elected officials from California, understanding being part of a border community, how important it is for us to protect the immigrants that are coming to this country looking for a better life. And we say that we talk the talk, now it's time that we walk the walk. Enough talking, now it's time that we walk. And as we look into the faith community, we say, the scripture says that faith without work is dead. So if we are standing for what is right, if we are saying that we are believers. We are being the beacon of hope to the universe, to the world. It is time that we stop talking and we stop walking. And I am calling on each and every one of you, to the American people, those who think that we don't deserve to be here, those who are against immigrants, those who side with the rhetoric that people from certain countries, because of the shade of the color of the skin, because we look different, we don't belong to be here. I'm calling on you right now to say that it could have been you. Whether you came on the Mayflower, or like my people, some of us who swam over, or some of my Korean brothers and sisters, it could have been you. You just happened to be born on the different side of the world. So we are calling on you to stand with each and every one of us to say that enough is enough, that together we are stronger. And I will ask that you repeat after me. Apilme.
Apilme.
Jayapal.
Jayapal.
Apilme.
Apilme.
Jayapal.
Jayapal.
Meaning we are stronger together. Many hands lighten the load. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your powerful speech, Guerline. Really, really touched my heart. Our next speaker will be Bert Bayu, President United and HRE.
Hello everyone. I am Ethiopian American. I'm here today on behalf of African and communities together. This is the New York Immigration Coalition. So I came from Ethiopia in 2001. I came from Ethiopia in 2001 through the DV visa program, and after that, like I came here and had a lot of minimum wage jobs, went to school, and just like most of these DV recipients, we come from sub-Saharan Africa. Now I made my life here. I'm the president of a labor union in this city. It's called United Local 23, and we are a union of a lot of immigrant workers, and we also have a lot of DV recipients who are member of our union. And just like me, and just like a lot of immigrants from all over the world, they're all working hard and putting themselves through school, starting a family, putting their kids through college, buying a house. And this is the kind of immigration program that that I think we should keep. And I know that these days, we're hearing a lot about this program, and this administration wants to kill it. But this is one of the programs which really created a lot of diversity in this country. If it wasn't for DV, a lot of sub-Saharan African immigrants would not be here. And I think that the reason we're here today makes this country really beautiful with the diversity, and we all have the same, common interest in making the American dream. But killing this program is the wrong way to go about it. And I hope this administration will keep it, because just winning the DV lottery visa is not just a sure thing that you come here. We go through a rigorous screening process. You have to have the means to pay for it. Once you get here, it cannot be a public charge, in order to continue to have a green card. And this is different from what you hear about this program. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope we'll keep this program. And I'm going to continue to keep fighting for this program. I live in this city, I'll try to be here as much as I can whenever we have this kind of gathering. So thank you for everyone to be here.
Thank you. Next speaker will be Congressman Judy Chu. Is she here? No? Okay. Next, John, can you speak? John Young, advancing justice.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is John Young. I'm the Executive Director of Asian Americans Advancing Justice, AAJC. I am proud to be here with all of you fighting for what is right. Now, I could be here and tell you about the statistics, which is that 80% of Asians come to this country on a family visa. That we have about 130,000 dreamers that are Asian. That there are about 8,000 Nepalese that have temporary protected status. Or that we have Asian diversity lottery recipients from Mongolia, Sri Lanka, and Cambodia. But let me do something different, especially on this cold day, which is, if I can ask all of you that came here or have family members come here on a family visa, please raise your hand. Can I ask all of you that got TPS or diversity lottery or have family members or friends that did that? Please raise your hands. And everyone keep your hands raised. And can I ask anybody who was ever undocumented or had family members or friends who were undocumented? Raise your hand. This is America. This is what made this country great. For all of those who say that they believe in family values, they must value the family in the immigration system. For all those who believe in American ingenuity and creativity, they must value diversity in our system. And for all those that believe in compassion, whether it's conservative compassion or otherwise, they must believe and value dreamers in our society. That has what made this country stronger. That has what made this country prosper. If those people say that they want America to grow, for America to prosper, they must believe in our immigration system. That is why we are fighting. We are all fighting as Americans to help make this country stronger. So I'm asking all of you to continue to do this and move forward and fight for our values, fight for our American values. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. Okay. All right. Yeah, our press conference is done. But before we close, can we chant? Yeah. What do we want? What do we want?
Dream
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Thank you.